Good morning. It's Ministry Monday, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm going to give a couple minutes because people are coming on, and we're going to talk about a great topic today, which I've spoken to a lot of people about this topic. It's the word no. So my name is Miss Valerie Gail Niesner, and I am coming to you from my sewing room, and I like it down here because it's better lighting than the lighting that I had upstairs. And I put up a post last night, and I put it on my timeline, and I also put it on my instant messenger story about what today's topic is. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm blind as a bat, and I'm looking to get a pair of glasses probably to wear all the time because... Hi, Deb. How you doing? Good morning. So anyway, today's subject is the word no. No. Try saying it sometimes, say it a couple times. No. 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 And there's a lot of us that don't say no a lot of times. Some. I gotta put my glasses on again. Hi, Millie. How you doing, honey? Haven't seen you for a while. Alicia, how you doing? I know you're busy. I know you're very, very busy. We're going to be talking about the word no. No. I can't. Sorry. And this is a good subject for me too, the topic, to be perfectly honest with you. So I got a couple minutes. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a great weekend, of course, blessed, woke up and everything else. I know that there was quite a bit of coverage in reference to the helicopter crash that took the lives of 9 people, and including Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna Bryant. And there was quite a bit of talk about that over the weekend that people were saying. And, it's not to take away from Kobe and his daughter. I mean, but a life is a life. And there was 9 people on that helicopter that lost their life. And sometimes I think if Kobe was here, he would have been a little bit of disappointment with, because there's so many people that don't know the other people. And, but I understand why, it's, because he's an icon, basketball legend. Hi, Mr. Miller. Hi, Megan. How you doing? I wanted to show everybody too. Hi, John. How are you? John, I love the glass bottles. Love them. Love them. John Miller and I have been friends for a long time. We go back a long way. And I was just at his home visiting his wife and his mom. I made his mother cry. I didn't mean to, though. It was a good cry, not a bad cry. And he knows about my Lights of Truth, and I surprised them with a light that I made, which they didn't know that I made it at first. He's thinking I bought it somewhere. And I said, no, I made that. And it was with one of the scripture verses that he likes. When 2 or more are gathered in my name, I am there also. I love that verse too. So anyway, he was going through some of his glass bottles, and I got some really cool glass bottles. Hi, Mama Miller. How are you today? You good? Now, don't cry. She's wonderful. Such a sweet soul, and very, very kind. And I had a great time while I had my visit with John and them. And that was on, what day was that, John? Friday. It was just Friday, wasn't it? Yes, it was just Friday. Now I have a call from my chiropractor muscle guy that's calling me. Hi, Tony. How you doing? It'll have to wait, though, unfortunately. So the weekend was great. And like I said, a lot of us are still, in a funk in reference to the tragedy that happened. And all I want to say is we have to remember that it happens every day. Happens every day of our lives. And the saddest part about any of this is that people wait till something tragic happens to realize how important life is. Life is important. Forget about the tragedies and the health situations in our lives. People, have loved ones in their lives that are passing every day. A child is born and people are passing away. So I think you need to come to the reality that the words, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe that he died. I can't believe. Well, believe it, because it's going to happen to all of us. Hi, Tony. How are you? Yes, we're very, very glad. My son, Jonathan, is really saying the word set. For those that you don't know, my grandson, Jonathan, is autistic, but through prayers and early intervention, he's doing so well. He's so smart. It's unbelievable. But I had told Jonathan and Natalie, more than likely, because he doesn't say much. He just jibber jabbers, and it's really cute and everything. But I had said that at some point he's probably going to talk so much he's never going to shut up. He's probably going to take after me. That's okay though, because sometimes I don't. So I'd like to start out with the handy dandy mug. Remember, God designed me, created me, blesses me, heals me, defends me, forgives me, loves me. And that makes all of us a child of the Most High God. That's first and foremost. Don't ever forget that. So I'm keeping my glasses on. And I do want to say that I went glasses shopping. Does that sound right? Glasses shopping. And it's unbelievable. Like, with the progressive lens, the transitionals, the anti-glare, well, that's $500. I'm going, really? For glasses? But they're my eyes. So, and these are just readers. These are not for my distance. I can see pretty good distance wise, but I need the readers just to look at the print on my computer because I can't see. So anyway, it is February 3rd. And this is 2020. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? No, that's Wendy's. Doesn't Wendy's do that? Yeah, they do. Because I used to work at Wendy's years ago. I have to tell you this first. Years ago, one of my first jobs when I was 16 was working at Wendy's in Glassboro. It was one of the first Wendy's that went up. And let me tell you something. You had to go to Pennsylvania to train to be the front register operator. That's right. I was the front register operator. I was good at it too. Grab that mic, the lady'd come in, she'd say, I want a single cheese with mayonnaise, ketchup, pickle, lettuce, and you had to say single cheese, mayonnaise, ketchup, pickle, lettuce, and you had to punch in every one of those condiments on the thing. It wasn't that easy. Biggie fry, they wanted a frosty, and then she would say a large Diet Coke, and I'd want to say, lady, just get the regular Coke. Anyway, so, and this is a light, by the way. That's what this is. See, it's for my sewing to do all this, stuff. But sometimes I'm down here and I'm by myself and I'm like, yeah. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So anyway, I hope your weekend was blessed and lovely. And I wanted to share, if there's anybody that saw on my, you like my sewing room, Tony? I like my sewing room. I like it down here. I have a link up for Origami Al, and I wanted to tell you that I looked into Origami Al a little bit, and I can see that the proceeds from Origami Al help people. There was a tragic accident where a mother and father were killed, and the children were given a trip to Disney World, and I was like, wow, this is great. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Good morning. So I wanted to share this. This is the Origami Al that I had ordered from Sherry's party, and this is the size of a quarter, if you can see it. I'm trying to put my thumbs on this, okay? And in this I have 23. There's little charms in there. It's glass. It's heavy, and it's got my 23 in it. It's got my butterfly in it. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard. It's got my butterfly in it. It's got a little charm that says faith. And I have a black chain on it right now. This was a chain that had a black thing on it that was crystals that was given to me by a girl named Crystal. And I treasure the necklace that she gave to me for my birthday one time. Kathy Mack, I love you. Kathy and I are going away. My birthday's coming up. It's my birthday month. And for all of you that know me, I celebrate from February 1st to February 29th, well, 28th. Leap year, whatever it may be. Hi, Ashley. How you doing, honey? So what I want to talk to you about today is the word no. Practice saying that as you walk around your house. No, I can't at this time. No, my schedule doesn't allow me to do that. No. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've spoken to quite a few people that I'm going to call people pleasers, because I used to be one. And a people pleaser is somebody that, wants the acknowledgement from other people, or somebody that is always doing and doing, and they don't want to let other people down. Even if you've been given the talents by God to do A, B, C, and D, that doesn't mean that you have to take those talents and put them on everybody and anybody, because sometimes that's not good to do. There's also times in our lives where we can be enablers and we think we're helping people, but we're actually not. Excuse me. We're actually not. Because when you keep doing things for somebody, when it's things that they should start doing themselves and take the time out to do for themselves, you're hurting that person in the end. That could be our children. As parents for this generation, the parents today do so much for their children. I see it. My generation, where I grew up, my mother, at one point worked 2 jobs, was on welfare. I couldn't, expect my mother to do everything for me. I went out, I got a job. Hi, Lauren. How you doing, honey? I went out, I got a job. I was young. At one point, I worked 2 jobs. Kathy Mack has known me since I was about 12 years old. And I worked for quite a bit, that I got on my own, because I was with a single parent, my mother, and she had to say no quite a bit. She did what she could, but she had to say no quite a bit. And what happens is people pleasers can be miserable themselves. And listen, I know, because I did it. Before my journey, that's what I was doing. My grandmother would look at me and say, Valerie, you're burning the candle at both ends. Stop. Hi, Sharon. You're burning the candles at both ends, and you get burnout is what happens. And what I would want to leave you with is, true joy. Joy. Listen to this. Jesus, others, and then you. But we have to be careful with that too, because Jesus is first and foremost in my life all the time. But when we say others than you still have to take care of you. And if you're not happy with constantly doing something for somebody, it could be something that's done every week. That's not healthy. It's not healthy, because it actually will stress you out. It'll just make you not happy. It'll actually make you miserable. And sometimes that's why you have to speak your mind. I know I always say, hi, Dorothy, good morning. I know I always say, we should be minding our speech instead of speaking our mind. But there's a time and a place for everything. And, if you're doing certain things and it's making you miserable, first and foremost, you need to go to the person and say, look, I don't feel like, keep doing this all the time. I've spoken to a lot of people in reference to their job situation, and I know that you need your job. I mean, we have to make money. And I know that, this may not lay right with some people, but there's other jobs out there also. And you're also looking at a person that believes God's in control of everything. But I've surrendered my life and my heart totally to the Lord. And I know that if I let go and let God, He will open up the right doors for me. And there's some people that have jobs where they are absolutely miserable. Absolutely. And it's sad, because sometimes it has to do with the people in the workplace that make your job miserable. You actually like your job, but they just are so hard to work with. But when you're dealing with people that don't have compassionate hearts, don't have the love of God in their hearts, you're dealing with sometimes some evil people, and they don't care. And then no matter what, when you do have a job, sometimes we have to be the light in that workplace. Wherever we go, we have to be the light. Because if you pull all the lights of God out of every place, there's not going to be nothing but darkness, and those people need God. So you need to be there. That's Jaded. Remember, he's my vocal one. But it brings to mind the verse Colossians 3:23. And it says, whatever you do it with all of your heart, as for working for the Lord and not for men. Carry that with you when the next time comes that, when you think of your job. Think of it as being there, and God being your boss, and do everything as for working for Him. to where no matter what you do, it'll bring him honor, praise, and glory. That can change your perspective. It can change the way you view things, and it can make for a better day for you, especially when you smile and you're nice to somebody that's not so nice to you, because it gets them thinking, like, why are they so nice to me? Well, first and foremost, like me, you don't have the power over me to make me miserable. You don't have the power to say anything to make me miserable. And I like that. And that's how you need to get. And I want to share with you something that I read in reference to no, was 5 simple ways to stop being a people pleaser. I love this. Okay. And I can put this link up if, if it's requested, I can put it up later. It's okay to say no. So many of us don't want to let people down. And we think by saying no, they're not going to like us. They're going to be like, oh, really? You can't do that for me. That's not the way it is. That's not the way it is. It really isn't. It's just our stinking thinking. My situation here at home, I'm asked quite a bit, can I either sit with the boys, or a lot of times they're sleeping at night. So it makes it a little easier because, I'm tired, by the time 8 o'clock hits around. And do I have the stamina in me to sit up all night, with a crying baby? No, I don't. But a lot of times, they'll go out and my grandchildren are sleeping, and I don't mind, because I'm just going to sit upstairs anyway. But it's if I'm really tired, and if one of the boys is, waking up, like Jaden sometimes with teething and stuff. But I haven't. But it's okay to say no. I mean, there's times where I'm going to be down here and I'm going to get getting. Let me rewind that. There's times where I'm going to be very busy down here, and it's starting. It's starting. Okay. And I can turn this. This is one of my dresses hanging here that I'm working on. See that? And then, I do get emergencies. I had emergency come to me last night. They need their dress by Friday, which Gianna, a very excellent customer. They have been since they were all little girls. Hi, Nick. How you doing? But I get tired. So there's going to be nights on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday when I'm down here doing what I'm doing, and when I go upstairs, doesn't matter to me even who's sleeping. I'm going to bed, because then I can sleep soundly, because I'm not being responsible for anything else, or, my grandchildren or anything like that. And sometimes we have to do that. We have to just say no. And again, like, I know that's not easy for some people. And you have to understand that if someone is not going to like you because you tell them, no, I can't fit that in. No, that doesn't work with my schedule. No, I just, don't have the time for that. No. Well, then why are they in your life anyway? And then sometimes we keep doing what we're doing, our generation. I know a couple of my girlfriends that are like me. We think we have to do it all. People depend on us. They need us. They'll live. They will. They'll live. Every one of us will live. So, if you have any questions, hi, Jimmy's. Hi, honey. I like saying hi to people. It's hard when you're doing videos like this and then people come on and, you see them and you're like, it's like you feel like you're with them, I do like a video, though, with Q&A, questions and answers. And there's quite a few people that are commenting on my videos and asking questions on the outside. But I also wish you would ask the questions while you're on here. And I like answering them later, even if I can't answer them now. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Jimmy. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink of my Jolt juice. And so I don't know if anybody, you have birthdays coming up. My sister's birthday is February 5th. I'm February 12th. I'm 1st through the 29th. People that know me, I celebrate all month. And I really didn't start yet, but I'm starting now. So when it comes to saying no, please, if there's any of you out there that are going through this, and I know that you are, it's just so easy to turn that stinking thinking around and realize that If someone is not going to like you or be mad at you because you said no, even our children, they'll get over it. They'll get over it. And what I wanted to share with you, like I said, I would share a link. I got off track there. 5 simple ways to stop being a people pleaser. 5. They're really good too. I want to share these with you. First one, allow myself to be me. Be you. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be you. You can't do what you want to do, because that's not how things, how things are. So the first one was, and there's a lot of information under it, allow myself to be me. Because it says here, if you're doing things you don't want to do, hoping those things will strengthen your relationships, be careful with that. That's very important. Be honest about what you like or dislike. Be real. Pretending and faking who you are and what you want will only work against you. And that's true. You think it's going to strengthen a relationship with someone because you're doing for them all the time. That's a wrong relationship right off the bat. People need to love you, just for what you're doing, like all of us right now. Get in line if you don't like me. That's how you have to be. And the next one, number 2, I love this. I love this. Listen very carefully to this one. Detach from other people's opinions of you, of me. Really consider someone else's opinion of you. I've had a lot of opinions stated about me over the so many years because of what happened to me. And okay, it's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But what matters at the end of the day is what God sees in you. So I don't care. And that's how you have to get. And, when you're seeking validation from others, turns us into their prisoners. I love that. When you're seeking validation from others, it turns you into a prisoner. Because in reality, we can't control what other people feel or think, but we are in charge of our own actions, feelings, and thoughts. Boom, baby. Did you get that? I'm going to put that up again. Seeking validation from others turns us into their prisoners. In reality, we can't control what other people feel or think. So what? Okay. You don't like me? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, but I'm not really sorry to hear that, because if you don't, you don't. But we're in charge of our own actions, feelings, and thoughts. So I've always made the statement to quite a few people, even in my family, you can't change what you tolerate. So if you keep tolerating something and that you don't like, or you complain about over here, you ever hear someone complain about something constantly, but they have the power to change it, but they don't? How can you feel sorry for someone like that? Number 3, set healthy boundaries with the outer world. Set healthy boundaries with the outer world. Saying no doesn't mean I dislike or reject the other person. I say yes to the person and no to the task. In reality, I know I can't disappoint anyone. People disappoint themselves with the expectations they set for whom they want me to be and what they expect me to do. It's always their story. If they truly love me, they will understand. So if you say no, it's okay. Anybody could say no to me and it's going to be okay. I'll live. You'll live. Kathy Max, I sure hope you can stay up past 8 on Friday. What is that, a joke, Kath? I have to share this. Kathy and I, Kathy takes me out quite a bit sometimes. She's a nurse. She's very busy. So on her days off, there's quite a few times since I've been home, she has taken me out. She's taken me to the casinos with her. She has treated me to quite a bit. She's very good to me. So anyway, we'll be downstairs on the floor, and this is me. And she, is doing some of her things, and I will, play the slot machines, here and there, and I take my money and I go, and then I pull the thing, and I'm like, And then I'm like, Kath, I'm not giving this place any more of my money. And she'll be like, you're tired. Okay, listen, go ahead up to the room, and she'll give me the key. And it's so funny. I go up to the room and I lay on that bed and boom, I'm out like a light. And then if she's not back, I have to text her, Kath, get your butt up here. It's funny. Hi, Lou. How you doing? But I'm sure I'll be able to stay up. I had to share that with you. So assertive communication. Sometimes we're afraid to say no because we don't know how to express with clarity and confidence. And we don't want to sound aggressive or impolite. So you can say no with grace. You really can. It's not hard to do. And here's some simple formulas that can work with you when you want to say no to somebody, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. And it's just such a big deal to you, which it's really not a big deal. It doesn't work for me right now. Plain and simple. I'm not able to make it this Monday, this week, or the month, or the year. I've got too much on my plate right now. That's a good one, because sometimes I do have too much on my plate, and I'm learning to say, can't do that. It's too bad I'm busy, but please let me know how it turns out if you can't go to a function. Perhaps another time, let me know what next week looks like for you. If it can't be during the time they're asking, ask if there's another time. No, thank you, but it sounds lovely. Now, I'm not going to say that if someone's asking me to go to a steak and lobster dinner, because I'm going to say sure. Anyway, but you can see that there's quite a few things that you can say if you don't want to say no. And I love this. When you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself. I love that. It's by Paulo Coelho. When you say yes to others, make sure you're not saying no to yourself. There's so many of us, I know that I've done it, where you're saying, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then you turn around, 5 minutes later, you're like, I really don't feel like doing that. That's not fair to the other person. It really isn't, because you don't want to do it. Become my own best friend. Big hugs to yourself. Become your own best friend, because no one else is besides God above. You can trust him always. But no one's going to love you like you, truthfully. And this is what they've said. I've made myself a priority in my own life. I engage in activities that bring me joy. I do more things for my heart and soul. This way I create happiness from the inside out instead of chasing it through other people. Some people find true happiness because they just keep doing for other people. And I don't mean that there's certain ways that we do, and you know what I mean? Because there's people out there that like to do like such things as, it brings me happiness if I'm able to help somebody with food or clothing or things like that. But there's things that we can keep doing for other people where you can actually be taken advantage of. And you truly aren't being appreciated for what you're doing to those people. Basically, you're just being used. Now, you have to be able to decipher that in your life. And if you do know that that's what's happening in your life, you need to cut that off, because that's going to make you miserable. And I talk to people that are absolutely miserable because of what they keep doing for other people every day. And you don't have anybody to blame but yourself. So that was number 5, become my own best friend. And remember, here's another statement by Byron Katie. It's not your job to like me. It's mine. Do you like you? I like me. Some things I would change, probably my eyes, my nose, eyebrows. I'm not really liking my eyebrows these days. But you understand what I'm saying. You have to like you. So it's okay to say no. And here's another one by Wayne Dyer. You can never feel lonely when you like the person you're alone with. I like that one too. There was another one on here that I saw, but that one by Paulo Coelho. When you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself. I really like that because it's true. And Eleanor Roosevelt, that was the one I wanted to share with you. This is awesome. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. When someone says, you know what, she makes me so mad, he makes me so mad, he aggravates me, well, it's because you're letting them. You're letting them. I've always made the statement because my father said to me years ago, don't let anybody live rent-free inside your head. Don't. You just move on. Change your name to Kim. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. And yes, there's guys' names that are Kim too. Byron Katie, when I seek your approval, I don't approve of the me that's seeking the approval. That one's good too. Bren Brown, listen to this one. Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Love yourself for who you are, not for what you can do for other people. That's being a people pleaser. And I just think it's good for you to understand it's okay to do for people. It's okay to help people. But there are people in this world that take advantage of good people. They're constantly asking. And I don't know if any of you have had the situation where you will actually do quite a bit for somebody, and then when it comes time for you to ask for something, you feel like you're pulling teeth. It's like, are you kidding me? I ask you to do certain things that are so simple and you can't do them. Oh, sorry. That makes me feel like I'm not cared for, or I'm not appreciated for what I do. Because, actions do speak louder than words. When someone appreciates you, they show you. And it doesn't always have to be monetary. I make this very, very clear. It could be a phone call. How are you? A text. Are you okay? How's your day going? And, this statement, in Matthew where, it's the golden rule, they call it. Treat others how you want to be treated. And I'm going to emphasize this. Yes, we should treat others how we want to be treated. So if I keep being really good to somebody, but this person is not being good to me at all, you can also flip that script and that coin and think, well, if they're treating me that way, obviously that must be the way they want to be treated. You can look at it like that too. Because some people have said, I've done so much for this person. I treat them so good, and they don't do anything for me. They don't even help me out with anything that I need help with. So after a while, that can make you very, very discouraged. But that doesn't mean everybody's like that. So I would say to you, back off, because it's like throwing your pearls to the swine, and it's not doing you any good to keep doing for these people that aren't even acknowledging you. So then when you look at that flipped script and you see how they're being towards you, that's when you must say, well, I guess that's how they want to be treated, because obviously if they're following the golden rule, that's how they must want to be treated. And that's not a very nice way to be treated. So today, I wanted to emphasize, no, it's okay. Please. I talked to so many of you that have said people expect too much of me. People expect too much of me. No, it's just because you are doing too much for other people, and you are expecting that of yourself. So that's why it's okay to say no. And, we don't live in everybody's mind. So sometimes we don't know what other people are thinking. But when someone comes to me and says, I just do too much, they expect too much of me. Say no. It's okay to say no. Okay? No way? Okay. Say no. So I do hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I'm going to be sewing like mad this week. Prom season's coming. If you have anybody that needs a seamstress, Reap What You Sow Alterations and Creations is right on Facebook. You can look it up. You can contact me. You can make an appointment. I appreciate everybody that does support me. And I have a question. If anybody knows where I can get black wax, it's just, like maybe black wax, it's moldable, so that I can put it on my tooth because I tried something from Amazon and it was a mess. It was a mess. I sent it back. So if anybody has any idea, because I can't find anything online, and I don't know if there's any stores around here, and I just don't have time to look anymore. So I'm hoping to find out through you, because social media has helped me quite a bit with some things. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this video on no. It's okay to say no. People will get over it. They'll get through it. They'll live. And if it causes friction is in a situation with you, with someone, tell them there's the door. It's okay. You'll be okay. So thank you for watching and being part of this video. I hope you will share it. And remember, it's okay to say no. I will be back next Monday, Lord willing. Keep everybody in your prayers, the sick and the shut-in. And remember, kindness goes a long way. It can change somebody's life. Take the time to just put your arm around somebody and say, it'll be okay. I'm here for you if you need me, if you want to talk. Just be an ear to listen. Sometimes that's what people need. They just need to have you listen to them. So I hope you have a great week, a wonderful week, and keep on keeping on, keep looking up. Make Jesus Christ Lord of your life, and be thankful every day for everything you have. Okay? Bye.